Hey folks, welcome back to the Talos Principle. At present, I have not yet figured out a way into this area. We have the star there, we have the fan to get out, but I can't figure out a way to get in here. So one thought I did have was that if we had a replay machine in here, I could create a second block, jump from one to the stack, and then get in. But I went to another puzzle room, tried to start the replay machine, and when I crossed the purple door threshold, it canceled out. The one other thing I did find that we didn't look at last time is there are a pair of QR codes here that we missed. So let's read through these. It seems that mistakes are easily forgiven here. I thought I had surely died, yet here I am, reset, rebooted, reborn. I will tackle these challenges anew. Samsara version 72. Epitaph, child program 72.2, codename Samsara, terminated here. Logic. Program failed to pass random memory test. Final memory dump, being torn limb from limb by machines for the rest of eternity seems less and less appealing to me. Progeny programs, Samsara version 72.3. So 72.2 kept trying, failed, gave up, and was terminated, but then reborn as version 72.3. There also seem to be these doors here, but I don't know. I can't figure this one out. I don't know how to get the star, so we're going to move on to the other puzzle. One other thing I did want to point out, one thing I sort of thought about. Now, hold on. This says we've missed something back this way. I didn't think we had. There's a red L somewhere? One thing I wanted to point out, if we take a look at this one more time, this message from Uriel 4 says, the burning heart always looks to the highest peak. And when we first saw that, I thought it was talking about the top of the Sphinx, but behind the Sphinx is a pyramid. Now, I don't know if we need to look at that or find something up there, but that would be, I think, the highest peak in this area. In any case, let's move on to the last puzzle here. That's going to be, yeah, this red L over here. There should be, I think, another star in this area because we didn't find it in any of the previous areas. And at the moment, I'm not sure how to get the star over there, or if there's one in here. We'll have to see whether we can get the one in here, but I'm wondering if there's some secret with the peak, the highest peak hint or clue. Not sure yet. Let's proceed inwards and see what this one's all about. A box up high. Okay.
What is this? I shall not allow the corruption of my garden. Be gone!
Wait, what? Huh. Okay, not sure what to make of that. I'm not sure if he was talking to us or if MLA somehow got in here. We have a box, a fan, a blue light gate. We have a connector. There's a gate over there. Gate over there. There's the blue light. Here's another connector. And what do we have over here? Interesting. Okay, let's try and solve this puzzle. I'm not sure what that interruption from Elohim was about, but let's get started. I don't see... Obviously, there's the council shrine. I don't see any other QR codes or secrets at the moment. So let's get in here. So we can't do anything here at the moment because we can't step on that. So this isn't helping us. We need another connector. Let's try this. So we come in here, we get the second connector. That's fine. What was that about the corruption of the garden? Then everything started glitching hardcore. We do have that light up there, so we can use that to get the fan. If we connect here... okay, hold on. Where is... Okay, we have to be inside. Let me see if I can make this happen. Can I see both of them? I can't. All right. Well, what we can do is use the second one to get into... We can use it on the pressure plate to get in here. It gets us a third connector and a fan. And we've got... What is that going to do? Hold on, what is that going to do? What does this unlock? Oh, that unlocks the fan's power. So we could come over here and take a look around. We could maybe send... Yeah, we could send something up here another connector to open the red gate from here. No, we can't quite see the red gate. Okay. Well, we can go and open something else now. With the 3 connectors. And come back here later. So with this, we can go like that. And then we can use this to crack this open and get the box. Right? Now, what do we do with the box? I suppose we put this here and then actually put it probably on top of the box so that it's a little higher up, maybe? Maybe that helps us? And then we come in here and now we need another connector. So we need a way to get through here with 2 connectors, I think? Tricky, tricky, tricky. Or maybe we use the box to get in? Or over? I don't think so. We can't jump high enough. Huh. Maybe the box goes on the... Yeah, maybe the box goes on the pressure plate instead. Let's leave this here for a moment. That's still connected. All right. Let's take this and use it to get in. Now we need 2 connectors, right? One for... 1, 2... 3. So we come in here. Okay. So yeah, from here we could connect up to that. So we need to have the blue one in here, which is a problem because we can't get in or out if this is not connected, right? We have to have that one there to connect to the red one. Is there okay, so we need another way to get in there. Also, I'm not seeing the second star in here. I forgot about this. So that probably has to be... I mean, something has to be here to let us get in. I wonder if we can do this. Can we connect this like this? And then come over here. Connect it to this, and then place it like that. Okay, it wasn't quite right. We have to get it centered. But I think that could be it. So 1, 2, 3. And then we have to get this pretty much perfectly centered, I think. I'm not sure. This feels a little unlikely. I don't think we can't place it perfectly. I think no matter what we do, it's gonna get knocked off. So it has to be sitting on the block. Yikes. So we need the block in here, but we can't get the block in here because... Is there another way to open this gate? There isn't. If we had the block, we could put the thing on the block. It would lift, you know, soundly. Maybe we can hold it? No, we can't turn it on while we're holding it. And we would block part of the symbol anyway. And this is tough because... Well, now maybe... Hold on. Let's connect this to that. And that... Oh, okay, I've done it wrong. Hold on. Let's open the gate with this. Put this here. Now we take this 1, 2, and we go get 3. Maybe it's high enough on the box to go over the fence here and angle down to it. Let's see. Is that high enough to hit the red beam? It's not. But now we can take the other connector. We don't need it on the button anymore. Right? Right. There's the solution. Okay. So, okay, we got problems with stars, that's for sure. But we have the piece. Okay, so we found the location of one star that we can't get into. I don't know where the second star is, though. And I'm not sure what to do about the one that we found because I don't know how to get in. All right, well, let's just double check that we're correct in our assumptions. We found all the sigil pieces, right? Yeah, but we're missing both stars. I don't know why they're on separate panels. Sometimes there's one panel with 2 little stars. Sometimes they're on separate panels. I don't know if that's a hint or not. I'm going to cut the video here, guys, and I'm going to run around for a while and see if I can find the other star or figure out how to get in. I'm going to play with this for a bit, and we'll come back if I have a solution or have to give up for the time being. Oh, look at that. Okay. The burning heart looks always at the tallest peak. We got a blue light up there. Okay. All right. That's not okay. I don't know what that's, I don't know how that's going to, what that's going to do for us, but there is, looks like a blue light source up there. That's something. Okay. All right. So I came in here and I was like, I couldn't find the second star. I still have no idea how to get into the first star. This one here that we know is there, but I think there must be a way to lower the gate, like lower a hidden wall here. I don't think there's a way to jump over, but I was thinking about the message and wondering, is there on a high peak somewhere? And I guess I was right in guessing that it was the pyramid. Is there a connector up there? Something I can use to bounce a beam around? Now, what the heck do we use this for? I don't think this one's for here. It's got to be for another one because there's no blue gates here. It's only red gates. Damn. All right. Well, now I got to go look around in the other puzzles to see if there's a blue gate somewhere that we haven't used, or if there's something else we can do. But I'll be back in a bit, I guess. Well, all right, guys, I'm a little bit stumped. I found 3 locations where we can point a beam at the peak, but nothing for them to connect to. I sort of thought, perhaps, given the hint, the burning heart always looks to the highest peak. I sort of thought that maybe we would want to aim them at the heart of the Sphinx. But the ones, the 2 that have connectors on the sides can't target its heart. And the other one can't do it either because there's walls and stuff in the way. So I'm a little bit stumped. We have the location of one. We have the location of one star. I don't know how to get in. I think the second one must have to do with the peak somehow, but I can't figure that out either. So for the time being, we're going to leave this. And just remember that we got to come back to B4 and the Sphinx and solve these... Figure out these 2 stars. They're both eluding me at the moment, so we're gonna leave them for a bit and come back later. So on to B5, I suppose, the next set of tests. It's possible, I suppose, that if we unlock another tool, that might give us a hint or something. There's also this here. I don't know if this ties in, if this is an Easter egg or a hint, but 2014, 12, 11. I'm wondering if those dates mean something or will help us with the stars. We got both of them here that we can't find, so we're gonna have to come back for them sooner or later, but for now we're gonna leave them. That's pretty frustrating. All right, on to area 5. We have, looks like 5 items, 5 sigils and a star. See if we can get that one. All right, here we go, B5.
You have solved many of the mysteries of this land. The road before you is still long and many gates remain closed. But take comfort in your accomplishment and in your creator's pride.
Yeah, okay. He's trying to keep us motivated to finish the objective. But he's just an AI. All right, we've got 3 QR codes here. Whatever's going on here, I'm sure it has something to do with the tower. Everything's telling us not to go there, but everything indicates that we must. Sheep version 69. Unless you're wrong and Elohim's right, or you're both wrong, or there is no right. Dog, being a contrarian as usual. I think you'd be taking the thing in the archive too seriously, says Sheep. Yeah, the MLA, right? Okay, well, let's start with our friend, the terminal. Let's see if MLA wants to talk to us. He does. Ah, you're back. Good. I've been thinking about how I can help you. In light of everything you said, I'm certain someone has to. What I've decided is that you've convinced me consciousness is a contradictory concept and is therefore not real. What do you think? Okay, I think consciousness being contradictory, being a little bit of a paradox, is part of what makes it special. I think we as human beings are creatures of binaries, opposites. Light and dark, good and bad, right and wrong. All those things factor into our thinking and our behavior. So given what he said here, consciousness is a contradictory concept and is therefore not real. I disagree with the second part of his assertion. I think you're cheating. You're taking a statement of a descriptor of consciousness and making no real connection to your conclusion. I suppose you have some doctorate theory that would solve all the problems. I'm just not giving you the chance to deliver it. You should see which way the cookie crumbles before trying to take a bite out of it. This actually works in your favor. What this conclusion means is that the certification program you undertook has been rendered obsolete. We can't test for something that doesn't exist. Therefore, you, along with quite a lot of other things, have been recategorized as a person. Your profile can thus be updated with administrator privileges. Oh, okay. No doubt, you'll be off doing administrator things soon enough, so I wonder if before I let you go, you'd do me one favor. I have a final question for you. Why are you doing all this? What's the point? I try to do what God wants. There's a way the world should be, and this isn't it. I want out of here. I want the truth. Now, you say that, but if you're serious about it, then you can't cling to your every belief forever, as you seem so intent on doing. When everything seems impossible, something's got to give. I only have one last request. Will you come back and speak to me sometime? No doubt. No doubt I'll have to. No. No doubt I'll have to. Okay, I sense you're eager to get going. Let's do this. Uploading certification program parameters. Regenerating user profiles. Your user profile has now been generating. Displaying overview. Congratulations, your account has been updated. Here are the details. Conflicts. All conflicts have been resolved by the administrator. Psychological profile. You are a person. You're perfect just the way you are. You are everything you can be already. You do not have to pretend you're anything else. You are the same as everyone else, but you are all unique. Profile status. Administrator status has access to advanced functionalities, networking, and troubleshooting. All right, let's access the comm portal. Hello, Administrator. I think you'd like assistance accessing the communications portal. I say that you have a number of pending communications. I'll take a look at it right now. Accessing communications portal, network connection established, encountered unknown errors, running troubleshooter, resolving missing hashes, reestablishing network connection, connection established. Message received as string. All right, display, baby. Hello? All right, we have another comm portal message from somebody who says hello. Who are you? Don't know exactly. Woke up here. Don't remember. Who are you? Same boat. Let's meet up. I'm a person. Do you know what that means? I'm not telling. This place lies. So that's an interesting question. All we have is MLA's assurances that our user profile is right and that we're actually in communication with someone. The entire scenario up until this point could have been one big lie. There was never a certification program. There was never admin access. There was never a comm portal. And we're just talking to MLA again. It could be. This place lies is rough. But if there's a chance to meet up, we could do it. Same boat. Let's meet up. I understand. Pending. Error. Pending. Error. HFASD again soon. Network connection lost. You will receive a notification when the connection's been reestablished. And now we get dumped out to the local resources again. All right. Curious. Let's start with Osiris 7. Tell me of the fearsome demons of the Dwat, the dying man said to the wise scribe. Though their terrible forms are loathsome to behold, they are not evil, for they are the servants of the gods. Truly, they are the blessed doorkeepers and guardians of the holy paths. Their charge is to judge whether we are worthy to pass the gates that lead to Aru, and so they challenge us with riddles or in combat. Is this true of all the beings that live in the Dwat? Some say that it is not so, that there are ancient gods whose names have been forgotten, and spirits of darkness whose names none have ever known, and that these must be avoided at all costs. But others say that these too serve a greater purpose, in ways that Osiris has not revealed to us. And what of the hidden paths that are taken by... So, again, it's... everything in this game is about ambiguity, about uncertainty, about asking questions and not getting solid answers. This dying man in the story wants to know, how do I get to eternity? What's the guaranteed route or behaviors I can take that will ensure the desired outcome? And the scribe keeps telling him, there isn't one. There isn't one. Okay, a web crawl from 2028, blog 24 alive. What is the point of being alive? I know, it's an old question and not one that's easy to answer. But I mean, if you're reading this, you are alive. And someday you will stop being alive. Both of these facts are incontrovertible. So what about it then? Don't you wonder? You just want to go from not existing to not existing again without even considering why? You, right now, as you sit there reading this, why do you exist? What's the purpose of your life? Do you have one? Should you have one? Is it better to have a purpose or not? When you approach death, will you feel that your life had meaning? If so, why? If not, why not? What defines whether a life was good or not? It may seem abstract right now, but that moment just before death will come. It is inevitable. If you don't ask yourself these questions, how will you face that moment? I think everybody's had thoughts like this at some point. Or I hope everybody's had thoughts like this at some point. I guess there's an ignorance in bliss, right? Somebody who's not contemplative or introspective or doesn't think about these things can just go happily through their lives without ever worrying about whether their life needs or has a meaning, whether they're making the choices that lead to an absence of regret at the moment of death. But I feel like a lot of people certainly have had these thoughts. Let's go into comingsoon.eml from August of the first year, local. From Rob McLean, Institute for Applied Noematics to Mom. Subject, coming soon, your son in 3D. Hi, Mom. I promise I'll be home soon. Maybe a couple of weeks? I know, but what we're doing here is important, and the team needs my help. I'm not going to wait until it's too late, I promise, but there's so much we have to set up, so much that has to work for a very, very long time. Besides, I've always wanted to work on one of these supercomputers, and believe me, EL is pretty much the best there is. And the team, Mom, it's like I'm working with rock stars and mad geniuses. Except nobody's heard of them outside of science journals, of course. But Dad would be totally geeking out if he knew. Maybe I can tell him about it soon, huh? Love, Rob. Okay, so whatever's going on, it seems like... Well, we had that journal, I think from Arcady earlier, where he said we lost 7 team members. But what's going on seems like they know it's coming and it's going to wipe out all life on Earth, but it seems like everybody's able to keep working for some time, like a year and a half, 2 years to get this project done. When he says he lost 7 team members, I wonder if he means to suicide or despair, because it doesn't seem like it's a pandemic or an illness. Maybe it's like, maybe they found out there was something wrong with the star, with the sun. and like a huge burst of radiation was gonna, like a solar radiation storm was gonna wipe out every living thing on Earth, but leave all the machines and stuff working. Maybe? Or some kind of like massive asteroid, something that even NASA was like, no, we can't blow that up with nukes, we're all just gonna die. Or something. But here Rob's saying, like, I'm doing this work, but I will come home and visit. So, like, the world continued right up until the point that it didn't, I guess. Okay, well, I guess we take a look around here. Get a feel for this new area. We've got 5 sigils and a star, and it seems like a pretty open area. Is that the sun? No, that's the moon. So out back behind, got quite a big wide open area with some, I don't know, some ruins? And of course, if we go down to the edge of the island here, we'll hear the words telling us we can't go any further, right? Yeah. It's a very sharp drop-off here. Now this is interesting. There's a dock. This we haven't really seen before. Something like this. A dock? Like as if someone would go fishing here. We've got this building. What is this? Oh, this is where we came in. Okay. A couple of these guys. And then what's this out here? It's interesting that there's a little... Hold on.
In the beginning were the words, and the words made the world. In the beginning were the words, and the words made the world. I am the words, the...
Okay, we can't get there, apparently. We can get close and check it out from the front, but we can't get around back behind it, it seems. Yeah, so there's little holes there that I would like to look through, but I don't think we can do that. Okay, let's head back in. Obviously, we got one puzzle door there. I guess we have another one here. Oh no, this is... Ah, now this we've seen once before. It's like a puzzle that broke or something. The purple door's not here. The sign fell off. But we can still go inside. Let's check around the outside of this just to make sure we understand the structure. And look for QR codes and whatnot, I guess. Okay. Alright, so there could be a tool in here that we could bring out and use, maybe. There's no purple gate, so it could be. So this was a puzzle, but somehow it's been defaced or destroyed? Somehow? Maybe Elohim canceled this puzzle and moved the sigil to a different one? This is strange. There's a whole puzzle room here, but no tools, no nothing. It's just empty. Huh. Okay. Well, if we head around this one does have a purple gate. Let's look for QR codes and such. Got a couple of pillars over there. Okay, so just a blank wall surrounding this one. Alright, let's see what this one's about. This is a green L using fan, hexahedron, and connector. Okay. So... obviously we want to get that block, that hexahedron. That's easy enough to do, right? Just drop that, go grab it. Take a look inside. Nothing really interesting. Dump that there. Now we're done with that. We can connect this to this, obviously. That's a good starting point. Oh, actually we can do both of these. Alright, there's the piece we're going after. We do have a fan here, so we can float up and take a look around. I see not much from here. Not sure what this is about. Maybe we want to connect this to something? Like put the connector on the fan, or on the box, put the box on the fan, turn it all on, maybe? And then we'd have it floating in the sky at least. I don't know that we've seen... a wire like that before. And we come in here and get this. I think that probably is what we want to do. Yeah, probably. All right, so... pop this there. Connect this up to that, and that, and that. Stick that there. Then we use this one. Okay, then we use this one to get it started until it's self-sustaining. And now we can take this over here and solve the puzzle. Okay. Didn't see anything that looked like a star area in here. Looks like we've unlocked Temple C if we want to. If we want to have a look at that. That's good. Okay, so back out around the outside here. We do have... now this time I can see it. There's... oh, look at that. There's a star up there. How the hell would we get that? What? Okay, well, that's interesting. How on earth would we get that? That... unless we can fling ourselves through the sky with some sort of super powerful fan, maybe. That one's interesting. Okay, we come back here and we can see we can't get to there. There's some columns. More of this stuff that we can't reach. Now that one sort of looks like maybe... no, okay. Too deep, too deep. Statue here on the front of this column or pillar. Okay, it's a running theme. All right, there doesn't seem to be much outside. So I guess if we can get a light beam over here, maybe it'll... oh, okay, it is a super fan to get up there. So if we can get a light beam in there, we can jump up and get the star, I guess. I guess that's the idea. So the only conceivable place that the light could come from is... I mean, I guess it could maybe... no, that's blocked, right? That's... well... it could maybe come from... no, it's blocked. It's definitely blocked by... there's no direct line of sight. Yeah. And it has to... and the only reason it's up high is because it's over that fan, so it has to be there. So, like, we could get... if we had a connector out here, we could get a copy of the light here, and then maybe squeeze it over there? Yeah, we could. If we could get a connector right here, we could take that light and put it over there. But I think it's more likely to come out of this one. Yeah. Any QR codes? There is. Okay. I've been running this gauntlet for generations, trying to find the right answers. I'm fast coming to the conclusion that there are none. Dog V55. Dog's usually a little bit of a troll, if I recall correctly. So this is the first, like, time I've seen him be all serious. And, like, I'm thinking about giving up, guys. Alright, there's no laser in here. So we gotta get a laser, a blue light there from somewhere else. Alright, we'll keep that in mind. Me, myself, and our two jammers. That's our hint for this one. So this is a replay scenario. There's the replayer. There's the jammer. All right. So what are we trying to do? Okay, I think the first thing we do is get... well, if this is the only replay tool... we're gonna have to have this permanently open somehow. So I think the first thing we do is get our jammer to the other side, and that's easy enough to do. We just... I'm staying here for a minute. And then replay it. Take the jammer through. Okay, so now we're on this side. Let's figure out what's next. Oh! That's what's next. Okay. I didn't see that. All right. So we come over here and drop this. Stand here. Do our replay. Get through to the other side. Okay. So now... Huh, okay, alright. So the next thing we need to do is we need to have him come in... Well, hold on, let's jam this. No, we need to be jamming this so he can come through. So he's gonna come through, he's gonna pick this up and jam that guy. And then he's gonna stay there for a good long while. No, he's gonna jam that guy and he's gonna stand on that panel for a good long while so that we can get through. Alright, let's do it that way. That gets us through, right? I don't know how long we need to stand here, but I'm going to give it a good time. All right, let's go back. And finish up. Okay, he's going to take his copy. He blocks that for us, gets us through. Okay. And then we got to go back because we got to do it again. So he's going to come back and point that at this. Okay. So now we need a double recording. If this works. I'm not sure if this does work or not. It doesn't work. Okay, so I can only record one thing at once. So now the problem is we can't get through, or we can't have him get through. Oh, I've also lost the jammer. Okay. I think I've made a serious mistake. I think we have to reset, unfortunately. I thought I knew what we had to do there. I thought we had to double back with him. But there's a procedure that we need to get right, I think, the first time. Okay, so let's think about this. He comes through, he blocks that, he holds the gate open. Then we go through with a jammer and block this second one. Or does he... Do we need more than one jammer to get the... I don't think we do. We just have to get past that, right? So, he comes through, blocks that one, holds the thing open, and then stays there. If he's holding the thing open, we can get through and block the jammer with the real thing, and then Bob's your uncle. Okay, I think we've got it. So we grab this, jam that, then we come over here and we just stand here for a good long while. I think I almost had it the first time, but I confused myself. That should be long enough. Okay. So block that for us. Thank you. Come stand on the thing. We go through and block this. And now we're done, I think. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, that was not too bad. There was only the one star here, right? And we know where it is, so we just got to figure out how to retrieve it. We need to get some light into that somehow. All right, let's keep going. We've got a little bit of time here. We can do one more puzzle room, I think. Let's check around the outside, look for QR codes, etc. I hear a fan in there, I think. Oh, this is a big one, huh? Oh, that's interesting. I can jump over that? Here's a QR code. The voice keeps saying that this world is a garden, but all I see is a desert full of ruins from Dog. Oh, this is interesting. I would have hidden something in there. Oh, looks like we can go all the way over to here. Okay. So yeah, we're starting to see the desert's being kind of like, we're seeing some green now, like an oasis. We see the water. Now those are interesting. What are those for? Those are outside the whole thing. How would I get in here? Maybe it's part of it. Seems like this could be a tricky puzzle. There's actually two here, right? What do we have back here? Secrets? Nothing? Okay. There was something else I want to look at. Yes, this. A big structure. Oh, we've got a terminal here. Okay, extra terminal. This area is much more wide open and seems to have a lot more stuff in it outside of the puzzles than some of the previous areas. Let's check in the terminal here. All right, we got the network connection established. Attention, administrator, the network connection has been reestablished. Would you like to reconnect to the previous session? Yes. Receiving messages string. Are you back? So we have yes, what were you trying to say before? Yes, do these terminals talk to you at all? Yes, but how do I know I can trust you? I think it has to be a leap of faith, right? It just sort of has to be. Either this is more manipulation or it's a real other AI. What were you trying to say before? Don't remember, doesn't matter. I've been trying to figure out how this place works. Sometimes it seems like there's a purpose to everything, other times not so much. I think we must be plugged into some kind of machine. What do you have to go on? What else could possibly explain all this? I don't believe in demons and evil wizards. I think we're being prepared for something. I suppose that would explain a lot. Listen, there's something else. Maybe it can help us. Ever since I got here, I felt like something was wrong. This place plays tricks with you, but you can't get your head straight. But I think I know a way to find out the truth. I was digging about in some documents and I kept finding references to this password. I think it might be some kind of library master key, but I don't know how to use it. Well, I have no idea either. Well, two heads are better than one. MLA process.bat logged into the session. Wait, what is that? Are you doing that to my terminal? I don't think this is a good idea. Milton Library Assistant logged into the session trying to get its hands on the master key. So if this isn't all a deception, if that really is another person, that would be interesting. And now we have 4 cached resources, so I guess we're not doing another puzzle. We're doing this for the rest of the episode. So buckle up. All right. 1 before current era, 400 BCE. Hippocratic corpus.txt. On the sacred disease, 400 BCE. Men ought to know that from nothing else but the brain come joys, delights, laughter, and sports, and sorrows, griefs, despondency, and lamentations. And by this, in an especial manner, we acquire wisdom and knowledge, and see and hear, and know what are foul and what are fair, what are bad and what are good, what are sweet and what unsavory. Some we discriminate by habit, and some we perceive by their utility. By this we distinguish objects of relish and disrelish, according to the seasons. And the same things do not always please us. And by the same organ we become mad and delirious, and fears and terrors assail us, some by night and some by day, and dreams and untimely wanderings and cares that are not suitable, and ignorance of present circumstances, desuetude, and unskillfulness. I'm I'm not sure what the sacred disease is referring to, but I don't know that I had an idea when mankind became aware that the brain was the organ of thought. But this seems to be a dispensation on it from 400 BCE. Very interesting. Okay, the other current era, philosophy archive, 1905 and 1926. So we have Chesterton brain. Well, these are all about the brain. Okay. Chesterton brain from 1905. The human brain is a machine for coming to conclusions. If it cannot come to conclusions, it is rusty. When we hear of a man too clever to believe, we are hearing of something having almost the character of a contradiction in terms. It's like hearing of a nail that was too good to hold down a carpet, or a bolt that was too strong to keep a door shut. Man can hardly be defined, after the fashion of Carlyle, as an animal who makes tools. Ants and beavers and others animals make tools in the sense that they make an apparatus. Man can be defined as an animal that makes dogmas. As he piles doctrine on doctrine and conclusion on conclusion in the formation of some tremendous scheme of philosophy and religion, he is, in the only legitimate sense of which the expression is capable, becoming more and more human. When he drops one doctrine after another in a refined skepticism, when he declines to tie himself to a system, when he says that he has outgrown definitions, when he says that he disbelieves in finality, when in his own imagination he sits as God, holding no form of creed but contemplating all, then he is by that very process sinking slowly backwards into the vagueness of the vagrant animals and the unconscious of the grass. Trees have no dogmas. Turnips are singularly broad-minded. I love that. Turnips are singularly broad-minded. That's probably going to be my episode title. That's fantastic. So his position, Chesterton here, is that because the human brain is essentially a pattern-matching tool for creating dogmas, for creating chains of thought, pattern structures of conclusions in the mind that guide our behavior and help us predict the future. A man who refuses any certainty at all, and I guess this ties back to what Dr. Sarabhai was saying, anyone who relies on doubt and eschews any real answers, any conclusions, someone who tries to avoid the truth because it's uncomfortable, they're just giving up their humanity to be an animal. But someone who continually questions, who continually refines that thought, who picks a position and sticks with it as long as the evidence of their senses and their logic supports it, that indeed is a man. So just 21 years later, Bronstein had another treatise on the brain. Let's read that. Okay. Lev Davidovich Bronstein. The human brain is a product of the development of matter, and at the same time is an instrument for the cognition of this matter. Gradually, it adjusts itself to its function, tries to overcome its limitations, creates ever new scientific methods, imagines ever more complex and exact instruments, checks its work again and yet again, step by step penetrates into previously unknown depths, changes our conception of matter, without, though, ever breaking away from this basis of all that exists. Yeah. The brain is humanity's most potent tool to understand itself. And it may be the universe's most potent tool to understand itself as well. Lastly, we have neuroscience.txt from 2010. Physiological history. Volunteer suffered a blood clot during infancy, which resulted in a left hemisphere stroke. Expected result? In normal adults, the left hemisphere is used for language and other cognitive functions. Extensive damage to this part of the brain usually results in severe cognitive deficiencies. Observed result. Volunteer is now 17 years old and displays only very subtle cognitive deficiency. MRIs indicate little to no activity in the left hemisphere, suggesting its usual functions have been taken on by neuron sets in the right. Volunteer's age at the time of the stroke may have helped the brain to adapt. So this is a recording of an observation of a stroke victim who had their stroke very young and how their brain adapted. That adaptability, that pliability, that ability of the mind, especially from a young age, to force itself into the growth that it needs to survive is incredibly powerful and very, very fascinating. All right, so guys, that's it for our terminal session here, terminal session 2. We've got more puzzles to do. We've got to somehow get that star, and at some point we got to get back to B4 and get those stars. But that's going to be it for this time. As always, thank you so much for watching. Let me hear your thoughts. I mean, there's so many things to think about and talk about in this game. There's so many philosophical and scientific and rhetorical kind of questions and thought puzzles and suppositions and hypotheticals. It's all fascinating to me, and I'm curious what you guys think. Are you mostly agreeing with my sort of rambling thoughts on matters, or do you have different opinions and positions? I'd be very interested to know. Other than that, one more time, I'll say it again because you guys deserve it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.